Rupert!
Hello!
I haven't seen you here for a while.
But that's because you've been making all those nuts things.
That's right, Steve's been here quite a bit on 3-ingredient recipes. We made making a lot of things with nuts in them, and if there's nuts, there's going to be Steve, right?
Yeah, and he wouldn't let me come in.
That's right, yeah, he really is very nutty. Yeah,
Nutty.
he's a very nutty guy. But you're here now.
Yay!
Pretty happy about it.
Key.
So, Rupert, do you remember when we made ice cream?
We're making ice cream now?
Well, no, we're going to be using ice cream to make something else. How about that?
What, like a sundae?
No, we're actually going to make, have you ever heard of bread pudding?
Bread pudding?
Yeah.
You're putting ice cream on bread?
Yep.
Is it like an ice cream sandwich?
No, not at all. We're actually going to melt the ice cream and we're going to make that into another kind of dessert called bread pudding.
Well, one time I melted my ice cream and got all over me and I was all sticky.
Oh, well.
I was sad.
Well,
I didn't get to eat the ice cream.
You didn't get to eat the ice cream. Well,
Yeah.
you're going to be able to eat the ice cream and the bread, and it's going to be delicious. What do you think?
Ooh.
So, our 3 ingredients for this recipe are, what do you think first one is?
Well, I'm gonna guess ice cream.
Ice cream!
Ice cream!
What you need is 1 pint of any flavor ice cream that you want to use. We're using French vanilla because it's got a really nice vanilla.
The French vanilla.
It's a French vanilla. It's fancy.
Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah.
Like the cat. The K.
Oh, you mean George? Well,
Yeah, the French cat.
he's from somewhere. It might be France.
I don't know.
Anyway, we're going to use 1 pint or 2 cups of melted ice cream.
1 pint with 2 cups.
Yep, 2 cups equals 1 pint.
Oh!
So our next ingredient for bread pudding, what do you think?
Bread?
Bread!
Yay, I smart!
You're a very smart pig. We're going to actually use about half a loaf of, we're using cinnamon raisin bread because it makes a really delicious bread pudding.
And you can sneak in all the other ingredients.
You can. It's not necessary to have any sort of sweetener in this other than what's in the ice cream, but I like cinnamon raisin bread pudding, so we're going to use that. You could also use just a sweet bread like challah or a brioche, or you can just use regular old-fashioned sourdough bread, whatever kind of bread you like. The ratio on this is about 5 to 6 cups of cubed bread.
How many slices is that?
I don't know, but I use about half a loaf of this.
Half a loaf.
Yep. And our final ingredient is eggs. We're going to use 3 large eggs. Those are just going to go in to help the custard firm up when you mix them all together. And that's just traditional in any sort of bread pudding. You've got to use eggs, even if you are using the ice cream.
Be very careful with those, don't break them.
Whoops.
Aww.
The first thing that you're going to do is cut up your bread into nice big even pieces. You don't want to cut this too small, especially if you are using sliced bread like I am. You want to make sure that the pieces are big enough that they can absorb this ice cream custard, and they can also handle this without getting too mushy. So make them into nice large pieces. Once your bread is all cut up, you're just going to put this into a 9-inch glass baking dish. I have used cooking spray on the bottom and the side so it doesn't stick. You're just going to fill this almost all the way to the top. You don't want to overfill it and you don't want to press it down too much. You definitely want the custard to get between all of these pieces so that you don't get a dry pudding. So make sure that you add all of these pieces, but again, don't overfill this. Just fill it up to the top. For the custard, I'm just going to whisk these eggs up. Make sure that you get them very nicely mixed together, because otherwise that's not going to evenly distribute through the ice cream because it's pretty thick. And we're just going to add these eggs directly into the melted ice cream. And we're going to whisk that thoroughly so that it's all completely incorporated. Don't skimp out on this step. Make sure that it's all completely dissolved in together. Once you've mixed up your ice cream custard, you're just going to pour it over the top, making sure to saturate all of the bread in your bread pudding. Make sure to give this a good stir before you put this into the oven. You want to make sure that every piece of bread that you can get is saturated with this custard mixture. You don't want it to be swimming in the custard, but you also don't want it to have any real dry pieces. The main thing is to make sure that this soaks up all of that lovely custard so that it's a pudding and you're not just toasting bread. Once you have this all fully saturated with this custard mixture, you're going to put this into the oven for 30 minutes uncovered. And then after the 30 minutes, you are going to cover it with aluminum foil and cook it for another 20 minutes. All of this is on 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So 350 degrees, 30 minutes uncovered, and then 20 minutes covered, and then let it rest after you take it out of the oven. Now this has been in the oven for 30 minutes uncovered and 20 minutes covered with foil. And as you can see, the custard has really sunk right into all of this. It's all become just one pudding. I'm not going to move it too much because it's extremely warm. It's extremely hot. But this is now a bread pudding. It smells incredible. You're going to want to let this rest for quite a long time so that it can cool down because this is extremely hot. But this is going to go well with whipped cream. You can have it even with, if you have some more unmelted ice cream, you can put some ice cream on top of that. There would be ice cream inside and ice cream on top. What could be better? So what do you think, Rupert?
You can taste the cinnamon.
You can taste whatever is in the bread. If you're not using a bread with any sort of other ingredients in it, then you really are going to taste the ice cream. And in fact, you can really taste the vanilla in this bread pudding. It's very, it's a little bit firmer than a regular bread pudding. You may want to add a little bit more ice cream if you have that.
A little bit of milk.
You could put a little bit of milk if you wanted to. Of course, that would make it another ingredient. Don't put in another egg because that's going to cause it to firm up. This is a terrific dessert. It's really easy to make. It takes a little bit of time in the oven, but it goes well with whipped cream, with some more ice cream on top, or just all by itself. What do you think, Rupert?
You can make an ice cream bread pudding sundae.
You
with
could.
Ice cream.
You could put ice cream on this and make an ice cream bread pudding sundae.
It's French vanilla. So that in the French they say "à la mode."
Ooh, who's a smart pig?
I am.
I hope you enjoyed this 3-ingredient recipe. Did you enjoy your time here?
Yeah, I want to come more often.
Oh, we can have you on here anytime you want.
Except when the squirrel tells me not to.
Okay, well, if Steve says no, then no, so we'll just make sure that we always have something without nuts whenever we have something with nuts. How about that?
Okay.
What can people do if they like this?
They can share it with their friends.
They can share it with their friends.
Or comment down below.
Commenting down below, or they can subscribe to this. We're here every Thursday with another 3-ingredient video.
And then on Monday, you have the hair video.
Yep, I upload those on Tuesdays. I usually record them on Mondays. So
you record them on Monday. Okay?
Yep, but we do upload those on Tuesdays. And then you mentioned our kitty.
Kitty George.
George.
The French cat.
Well,
does he like the French vanilla ice cream?
I think he does, but I'm not sure that he's from France. I don't know where that accent's from. He tells you about being good to yourself, and he's here on weekends.
Yay!
I hope you enjoyed this. Please join us again next week. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye!
Okay, we ready? What? You okay?
I'm fine. You ready?
Sure, you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay.